Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about for Seven Nation Army is integrating some iPad. iPads are really great in a band setting. They're really flexible and really versatile, and they can be set up so that things can be played that don't need a lot of consideration. So if somebody just wants to go wild and have a really fun time just making some sound that's going to sound good with everybody, that's really possible, and it's very liberating as well. So it's a really nice thing to be able to do. So the app I'm going to use for this is Thumbjam. Really great app. There's loads of sounds in it, every sort of instrument. The one that I'm going to use for this is the electric guitar sound. So the nice thing about the electric guitar sound is, A, it sounds awesome, but there's lots of sort of gestural control as well with the iPad. So you can bend it by tilting the iPad. If you shake it, you get a really cool sort of rock and roll sound, I guess. And the way that we're going to use this is, well, there's a few different ways actually. So the first way I've got this set up, I come in here, I can change my scale. So that means I'm going to get different notes up here. So for this song, something that's like a minor blues sort of is going to work quite well. And that's what I've got set up here. You can see I've actually got Figurenotes colours on this as well. It's really handy. It's integrated into the app. And those are all notes that are going to work well with Seven Nation Army. So, you know, if someone's just like doing that, it's going to work. It's going to sound good. So let's have a wee demo of that. Okay, so that's just a really easy way to get started and just get making some noise. So the other thing that you can do on Thumbjam that's really nice is that you can set up your own sequences of notes. So I've got a couple of scales already set up down in my users. So I've got one for my sort of main Seven Nation Army. You can see my colours have changed. I'll pop some documentation on the Drake Music Scotland website showing you exactly what you need to press to be able to get this sequence of notes. And this at the moment is every note that you will need for Seven Nation Army. So for those main riffs, so for the stuff that the guitar is playing and the stuff that the bass is playing. So just like the other instruments, we've got the main bit, you know, is really just like. And if we wanted to play the full riff, a little pre-chorus. So that makes it possible for someone to play the whole thing on an iPad as if they're a guitar. And in one of the earlier videos I talked about someone maybe really wanting to play the guitar but not having the physical dexterity or things like that to be able to play it. This is another good way for them to be able to access that instrument that they want to be able to play. You know, so it sounds like a guitar. It's not the mechanics of playing a guitar, but you know, if that's what's in their heart, you know, they're going to get pretty close with this sort of sound. So this is how we can set it up if we want to just play the whole song. If we want to play sort of the guitar solo, then I come in, I change my scale again. I've got a slightly different scale set up for this. And you know, it's the same idea. And that's it, really. So in the little playthrough that I've made, you'll see a little bit of iPad, especially towards the end. The thing that is difficult with the iPad is that once someone starts playing it, they tend to not want to stop playing it. So it's really good to try and be really clear about, okay, now is your time to play, and actually stop there, because it'd be really easy to just like go wild through the whole song. But you know, it's more effective if it's used in specific places that, you know, you can choose together and agree upon.